This is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves, and everybody's watching her, but she's looking at you.
Hey guys, so I'm super excited about today's video because it's a makeup tutorial using the Modern Renaissance palette. I know there's a ton of tutorials out there already using this palette, but for the longest time I was like trying to convince myself that I don't need it because honestly I don't need any more makeup. But then I went shopping on Sephora to purchase some stuff for my freelance kit, and it was just right there and I couldn't resist. But I must say I'm so happy I got it, and it's probably one of the best purchases I've ever made. Well, not the best, but it's up there. It's up there. I am in love with this palette. I strongly suggest getting it if you're really into like warm tone eyes, warm shadows, like orangey brown shadows. Go get this right now. You can do some really awesome looks with it. I did use two shadows from her World Travelers palette, but this is like the star of the show today. First off, the packaging, so cool. It's like a faux suede. I love the color. It's just it's so nice. It comes with the usual dual-ended brush that most of her palettes come with. I actually really love this brush. It's a really good blending brush. It's like small and dense. I really like it. And then this side is great for packing color onto the lid. Most brushes that come with palettes suck, but I really like this one. This is what the palette looks like. It has a bunch of matte shades, some great transition shades, burnt oranges, and then these two shades right here. These shimmery shades are great for the lid color. You could just do so many looks with it. I just love it so much. I really like the way this look came out. I did want it to be a little different. I really wanted to use one of her liquid lipsticks, like Trust Issues, and use it as a wing liner, because I feel like that dark burgundy wing liner would look amazing with this eyeshadow. But I have lash extensions, and I wasn't sure how easy the liquid lipstick would come off. Like, I know you can use liquid lipstick as eyeliner. I just wasn't sure if it would come off very easily, and I have to be very careful when I take off my makeup because of my lash extensions. I can't be like really rubbing at my eyes, so unfortunately I didn't do that. But if you do try that, definitely like tag me on Instagram or something, because I really like to see. I think it'd be so cool. I just can't because these lash extensions, and it seriously pissed me off because that would have just made the look. But needless to say, I still like the look. Okay, now I'm rambling. Let's get started on the tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Okay guys, so the first thing I'm going to do is use my Elizabeth Mott primer, and I'm going to apply this all over my lid. It's very similar to the like Urban Decay primer potion. And then I'm going to take it a step further and apply MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot over top of that primer. I like to do this two-step process because basically my eyes are an oily mess, and in order to prevent my eyeshadows from creasing and moving around all day, I have to do this step. Also, the paint pot just kind of hides any discoloration. Then I'm going to take Soft Peach by the World Travelers palette by Anastasia, and I'm going to put this on a fluffy brush and just run this through my crease. That way when I apply my crease shades, they go on a lot smoother. Now, going into the star of the show, the Modern Renaissance palette, I'm going to put burnt orange in my crease, and this is going to act as my first transition shade. And yeah, basically it's just going to help everything blend together really nicely. It's a nice warm light brown shade, and I'm obsessed with this shade for my crease, like so obsessed. Then I'm going to go in with a more dense blending brush, and I'm using the same color, the burnt orange, but by using the dense brush, it's just going to help concentrate the color a little bit more into the socket of the eye and just deepen it up a little bit more. Now, going in with that fluffy brush that I used first, I'm just going to blend out all the edges You know I'm like crazy about blending. Like blending is my best friend. So now I'm going to put Realgar, which is a beautiful orange shade, in the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to focus this a little bit lower than the first shade we applied. And I love this shade so much. It's so beautiful. I'm so obsessed with like orange shadows. I do not do cool tone looks anymore. I know it's bad, but I can't get into it. And once again, here I am blending with that big fluffy brush. This is by Morphe. I think it's the M514. I could be wrong, but I will list everything down below. Now I'm going in with that beautiful pink shade Love Letter and mixing it in with red ochre. I know that Love Letter shade can be a little bit intimidating, but I promise you guys, if you use it with the right combination of colors, it's so beautiful. Like, it's seriously so beautiful and so different. I don't have any shadows really like this shade, and I'm obsessed with it. Now I'm going in with a more dense brush, and I'm going to be using red ochre, and I'm going to focus this on the outer corner. This is like a really pretty, kind of like a dark reddish maroon brown. It's a very interesting color. I really like it. And then I'm going in with the lid shade, which is Primavera, which is a beautiful champagne gold shimmery shadow. And I'm going to spray my brush with Max Fix Plus. This is going to intensify the shadow, and that technique is called foiling. And basically I'm just going to put this on the first half of my lid, and I'm going to make sure that it is really blended in with that red ochre shade and not just like a random line that just stops and then goes into darker colors. That's why I'm patting right there. You want to fade the lid color into the outer corner colors. And I'm going to carve out my crease a little bit with this shade, but nothing too crazy. And then, as you can see, I'm blending it right there into the red ochre. But now I'm going to go in with Vermeer. I think that's how you say it. I don't know. It's more of like a pinky champagne, and the Primavera is more of a gold champagne color. And this is going to go in the inner corner of my eye, like in the tear duct area. I always have to do this with my eyeshadow looks. I just feel like it really opens up the eyes and brightens them. And also I'm going to make sure that I really blend it into that Primavera color. So it just all is like one continuous, seamless, blended look. Anyways, next step is I'm going to go in with the color Fudge from the Anastasia World Travelers palette again, and I'm using a flat definer brush. This brush is actually by e.l.f., by the way, and it's $1. Yes, $1, and it is so awesome. I use it all the time for the lash line. And I'm going to focus this kind of on the outer corner of the upper lash line, and it's just going to define the eyes a little bit more. And yeah, it looks so beautiful. I didn't want to do any harsh black liner. I felt like it would take away from the colors. I'm going back in with Realgar and Love Letter, and I'm just layering that over the fudge color. I like layering my shadows on the outer corner. I just feel like it really polishes the look and makes it look just more dimensional, I guess. And then I'm going to go in with this pencil brush, and I'm going to just blend it all together as usual. And then I'm going to take one of my favorite black shadows because it's so intense, which is Noir by Anastasia, and I'm using like a small detail brush, and I'm going to use this as my eyeliner. And like I said, I didn't want to use anything too harsh, so if you don't want to use harsh black liner, use a black shadow as your liner. It's a really nice alternative, and I am winging it out very slightly. And of course, going back in with the blending brush. Yeah. Okay, and the next step is applying this copper eyeliner. I believe this is by L'Oreal. I will list it down below. I'm not sure the name of it off the top of my head. I didn't even get it at the drugstore. I got it at like some random store that sold makeup. And then I'm taking Love Letter and Red Ochre, and I'm going to use these two shadows to blend out that copper shadow on the lower lash line, focusing most of the color on the outer corner, just to give my eyes more of like an almond shape. if you know what I mean. So yeah. Then I'm going to go in with fudge, and I'm going to focus this on the outer corner as well. This is going to just match up with the upper lash line and define the eyes even more. I know I keep saying that, but yeah, that's what I'm doing. And of course, here I am, blending again. Whatever. You guys know what I'm doing. So the next step is taking like a pencil brush of some sort and using Realgar, and I'm going to blend those shadows out. I love the shade on the lower lash line in combination with the shades I just used. It just makes the most perfect warm lower lash line. I'm obsessed with it. So yeah, I'm just making sure that it's all really faded. And I take my shadows pretty low on the lower lash line. You don't have to, but I like it. And now I'm going to apply Full Exposure Mascara by Smashbox on the lower lashes. I'm not going to touch the upper lashes because I have mentioned before I have lash extensions, and you're only supposed to use water-based mascara on your lash extensions. So I'm going to leave those blank, but I don't even need anything on them anyway because they're already super black and thick as it is. Now I'm just giving you a closer look at the shadow. I really love the way it came out, and now we're going to move on to lips. So I'm using Colourpop's Taurus lip liner. I believe this lip liner is by the Kathleen Lights collaboration with them. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. And I'm going to slightly overline, but nothing too crazy. The formula on these lip liners is amazing. They're super, super smooth and pigmented. Like I'm obsessed. And now I'm just gonna fill in my lips with that lip liner just to ensure that my lips last longer. And yeah, I like doing that. And then I'm going to use the Ultra Satin Lip in, I believe the color is Little Listitious, I believe. I don't know. I could be wrong. Again, I'll list it all down below. But I'm just using this to kind of apply it in the outer corner and in the middle of the lips and then blending it outwards. I still want to see that lip liner a little bit. And I really love the formula of these liquid lips. And then just going back in with my lip liner to blend it all together. But anyways, that is the end of this look. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in my next video. Bye!